As a vegan athlete, the moment I pick up a cricket ball, I see that it's made of cow leather. So how do we deal with it? I mean, I love the game I play. It's given me so much and so many things in life. But if cruelty is deeply embedded in everything that we do, how do we tackle it at an individual level? And what is your perspective on that? I don't have an answer for it.
Getting rid of these cruelties would not even take months.
Exactly.
Or not even months, maybe weeks. Tell me one thing that would be needed in a nation's war effort and see how the labs just get together to produce it in no time.
So it's the intent then.
Think of tennis rackets, for example. The strings were called guts for such a long time.
Yeah.
All that is largely gone now. In fact, most of the sports involved animal cruelty, products coming from there, even musical instruments. But now there are substitutes available because technically it was never difficult at all. All that was needed was the intent. In fact, leather is to some extent going out of fashion.
As a vegan athlete who believes in the concept of ahimsa, like no, not a beliefs, that's a philosophy that is needed. The moment I pick up a cricket ball, I see that it's made of cow leather. And the more I start delving into supply chains of the various products, not just limited to the sport, now life in general, we try our best to like be conscious, but it's a big rabbit hole where the entire society is deeply conditioned to have cruelty embedded in the supply chain. So how do we deal with it? I mean, I love the game I play. It's given me so much, and so many things in life. But if cruelty is deeply embedded in everything that we do, how do we tackle it at an individual level? And what is your perspective on that? Like, I don't have an answer for it.
No, that cruelty is not an object that's embedded in an external process. It's not an external object interfering, dominating, doing things of its own. No. That cruelty is there in the subject that is determining and running the process. So irrespective of how you draw and define the process, if the doer is cruel, there would be cruelty in the process. Because I'm running the process, no? I'm running the process, and if I happen to be cruel, I'll run it in a cruel way. Otherwise, getting rid of these cruelties would not even take months.
Exactly.
Or not even months, maybe weeks.
Now we have so much good tech to actually easily replace.
I mean, we have rockets and their noses withstand temperatures of thousands of degrees, right? We have stealth technology and the bombers are flying over thousands of miles and their cross section is smaller than that of the smallest bird. We know material science. We also know manufacturing. We can't manufacture a damn cricket ball without using animal products. It's impossible. It's impossible. What are all our labs for? Tell me one thing that would be needed in a nation's war effort and see how the labs just get together to produce it in no time.
So it's the intent then.
It's the intent. It's a choice. It's a choice. The way we are going, if an animal species goes extinct, won't we find a replacement for its products? We would.
We would.
But as long as the poor species manages to stay alive or is kept intentionally alive by forced breeding or something, we won't put any money in R&D. We would say, if it is so easily available, just skin the animal and obtain the leather and use it in whatever product you want. Think of tennis rackets, for example. The strings were called guts for such a long time.
Yeah.
All that is largely gone now.
Mm.
In fact, most of the sports involved animal cruelty, products coming from there, even musical instruments. But now there are substitutes available because technically it was never difficult at all. All that was needed was the intent.
It's just that effort, if you talk in software terms, to migrate a legacy system into a next gen technology, there is effort to.
There is effort.
Maybe we don't want to take that effort.
We don't want to take that effort. Even though the legacy system is cumbersome, inefficient.
We still stick to that, yeah.
Yeah, but we would say COBOL would do. Just because somebody has done it and it seems to be running.
Yeah, I did see an ad for a fall leather like cricket ball. I hope it catches on. So I'll be following that. So that was one thing that really means a lot to me.
In fact, leather is to some extent going out of fashion. These days, if you go somewhere and they tell you this is leather, you must categorically ask, is it animal leather? And they'll tell you no, it's some other leather. So leather, I don't know the exact stats, maybe somebody can illuminate me on that, but leather to a significant extent has already gone vegan. We still call it leather, that's another thing. But I mean, for example, the seats in most of the cars
is faux leather.
Is faux leather. In fact, premium brands, even Mercedes, since the last 3 years, they have dropped animal leather altogether. That's what we come to here. Dress, can you check that? There was many important car manufacturers. They are not using animal leather anymore. What does it say? Vegan leather market growing at a CAGR of 11%. And we are already in the middle of the forecast period. So the prediction seems to be holding true. How much is this out of the total leather products market? I mean, if it's even 10%, I would not be disappointed.
Yeah, Tesla has
Mercedes
faux
also.
leather.
Mercedes
Tesla has faux leather.
In fact, it has started sounding a little regressive and brutal if you demonstrate animal products on your body or in your surroundings or as your possessions.
It hasn't reached food yet to that level.
Food yet, but it's slowly becoming a part of culture and consciousness. You know, if you shoes, so many brands, they first introduce vegan leather experimentally. Now most of what they have is vegan leather because it's relatively inexpensive also. Belts, waist belts. Again, it's easier to find a vegan waist belt now.
And easier to convince the people also because they're not foregoing their sensual pleasure for that. Like, food is hard because taste is the...
Yes. Food is hard because the industry is much, much bigger. And and the corporate interests at stake are deeper, way deeper. Otherwise, even food can be challenged. If tastes are not changing, it's not so much because of individual resistance, but because of corporate stakes and determined corporate resistance.
$54 is to 46.
Hmm?
54 is the animal leather used, and now it's 46% of.
Oh wow.
46%.
Traditional leather is 5.7 to 7. This is genuine, and then there's croc as well. So it's 11.1 for vegan versus about 5 for traditional.
Oh, that's good to hear then.
That's very encouraging. Very encouraging.
Okay, I'm glad. Okay, that's good to hear.
So it's coming to the cricket ball soon.
Yeah, okay, hope so.
It's coming to the cricket ball.